Good morning, everyone. Well, it is another build day here at Las Conchas del Mar, and it's also a day that we had to start taking out this Talisa tree right in the middle of where we're working. Now, I know you probably would have thought, why do you take the tree out there before you started working? And I'll tell you why. When we're digging these footings here, I wanted undisturbed soil. I did not want to be peeling all of that tree out, digging up and all, break that soil loose, because if it's not compacted, undisturbed, it's real susceptible to caving in, and we don't end up with these nice square holes. So we're trying to do every one of them we can, and then do the one that's going to land right there by that tree last. Get all those others poured in the bottom at least, and then take that tree out. So it's kind of at that point we were going to start cutting the tree limbs off of it. Yeah, I hate taking out a tree. That tree's really provided us some nice shade here too. And that's the tree that Melinda and her siblings and all, when she was a child, they lived over on this land, and they didn't own it. They just lived over here on it. And when she's a child, they were all born right there. Their house was right there at that tree. Actually, where we're building our house is right where Melinda's family's house was, and they were all born at home. So tree's got some memories. I'm sad to see it go, but it's a necessary evil. So let me walk around. I'll show you what else is going on around here. So they're over here tying up the steel. Arlie, Ambin, Jerry-san, Kenna, they're all working over here on making the steel on the columns. So we got that going on here. This one they were working on yesterday. So we got that happening. Like I say, we got the tree coming down. They're just starting to up there cutting the limbs off first. I told them, don't just fall this tree. We don't want it hitting the ground and once again disturb the soil, cave in one of those holes for the footing. So I told them, just go ahead now and start chopping the tree limbs off of it and get as much done as possible, to where all that's left is the base of it when we're done. We're kind of going to take the tree from the top down in small pieces. Here comes the Texan cowgirl. Yeah. Hee-haw! Or is it hee-haw? What's this fashion you got going here, Mal? Man, that is some fashion. A tank top over that. Ah, so you're preparing for that.
I don't want to burn my skin.
Yeah, I need you to keep that skin nice.
Yeah.
It's one of the requirements in our marriage. Wasn't it in our marriage contract?
Yeah, it's a part of our marriage contract. One of our rules and regulations.
Yeah, keep the hands smooth. Take good care of yourself. Yes.
Keep the skin smooth. Keep the body sexy and hot.
You're doing a good job.
And then it's still qualified.
You're doing a good job.
Maintain it.
I'm digging this hat now. I'm telling you what. Look.
This is my Philippine cowgirl.
Yeah.
So,
Don't stand underneath the tree limbs, please. Mel and I were here at City Hardware in Oton. We need to go buy a little welder. I'm not buying a regular transformer type one, those old big head ones. I'm buying a little small, these new little inverter type welders. We got a few tools and benders that we need to make there for bending that rebar that we need a welder for her. We could go hire a shop to do it, and the time we wait for them, we could just have it made, done, and over with. And I've been wanting one anyway. I'm a tinkerer, and there's things I'm wanting to build, and so.
Plus, it's better that you have already, just in case you need some other things.
I'm shocked she actually agrees. I thought she was about to scold me for buying another tool.
No, you need
wow, that's why I got quiet. I'm like, uh-oh. Yes, I do need it because I got some things I'm wanting to make there.
Kind of stuff that you just can't only borrow your neighbor, you know? It's so rare here to.
And I'll tell you what else. That steel that's hanging out on the house there at places for tie beams and the upper beams up there and all, I wish they would have left it hanging longer. I'm not comfortable with the length they left it, so I want it to weld that rebar together. I want to overlap it as far as I can. I don't want to just tie it. I want to weld it together, and that's the reason I was looking at getting a welder the other day before we even thought about needing to make these tools. So that is going to be a useful thing. So let's get inside and see what they got. We looked at them a little bit the other day, but I'm gonna go give it a look again, and most likely gonna leave with one. Yeah, hope they have a welding hood too, not just one of those little handheld visors that my eyes are more important to me than that. They're already bad enough, right?
Super bad.
All right, so let's go. Texas Filipino, Texas flipper.
Let's show my belly.
So while Mel and I was at City Hardware getting a welder, they done topped the whole top out of this tree with just that machete with that bolo. Look at that. The little inverter style welder that I bought. So I don't know if you call this thing a houseman, a hoosman. I heard the lady up there at the hardware place calling it a hoosman. So it's H-A-U-S-M-A-N-N. But what it is, it's City Hardware has rebranded probably some other company's machines, and they distribute that as their own brand. It's City Hardware brand. But I noticed, I was at an Ace Hardware looking at these two, and there was all these different brands, including some names that we know, you know, some name brand tools out there that we know in the US. And there was all these inverter welding machines, and the prices were all up and down, up and down. All the name brand ones were way more expensive, and I turned those things, flipped them, looked every direction on them, and they looked like the same exact machine. And so I don't know if it was really a name brand or if it was a bootleg, and they were just putting that name and trying to charge more money, because it is a little bit of the Wild West here. And this machine right here too is identical to them. I mean, every knob, switch, sticker, just they would be different colors. One red, one a gold color, one a gray color, you know, a blue, and each one of them sticking their own name on it. So I don't know. As long as it works and it holds up, we'll see. I had a guy here that was doing some welding for me. I think a chicken just laid an egg. He had one of them and he's been using it for a while. In fact, it looked very well used. It is another nice cloudy afternoon with a breeze. Oh, that air feels so good right now. But I hear that there's a low pressure system again here in the Philippines. Usually what they mean by low pressure is it's going to form a tropical storm, tropical depression or possibly a typhoon. So we got all these holes dug down here, and I told them, you know what, y'all really need to double up on preparing to stand those columns up down here, all that steel being tied there in these existing holes that are already dug. And we need to get our bamboo up, get our bracing prepared, and get prepared maybe to try to hurry and get those in. I don't know if it'll flood my holes. I kind of don't think it will, because it's got a sandy bottom in it, and I think that water is just going to absorb right into the earth, to be honest. A couple of them that water tend to drain that direction, I had them to kind of make a little earthen dam around them to hold that water back. Some good clay there. But let me show you what all's going on here. So everybody's working. As you see, the work is continuing on. People all around working. And inside as well, the work continues in there. The back side of the garage is almost complete. They painted the walls in there today. A little bit more work where they're trying to float out some places on the ceiling, and it'll be ready as well. So I'll tell them I'll pick up paint. They put like a base coat of paint in there, like a flat white today, and I told them I would go pick up the color that we actually want to paint that, and they can probably paint that tomorrow, and I'll have that back side done and start transferring everything, mounting my cabinets. I'll be excited for that. But letting you kind of just watch here and see the work going on. So Miss Melinda and one of the twins, Angelica. Let's go down and have a look at that steel. So here we're getting the steel for the columns all tied in and put together and be ready to stand those. Of course, there'll be more rings up that after they're stood up, and we're ready to pour up that high. Right now it's about getting them down below grade. So as you see, they're just diligently working on making all of these. And we made a couple tools today. That's the reason I went and bought the welder, because we needed benders. And of course, I didn't hire a mason for this building. I didn't hire a contractor. I'm doing it myself. Normally they would have all those tools and they bring them with them, but I didn't have them, and that means we got to make them. So we're making these tools for, you know, getting in here and bending the steel. Like for instance, you put it right there and you pull up and bend that to that shape right there. So got that one, and then there's another tool over here made as well. There's all the stirrups being made. So they have been bending everything here on this piece of heavy wood that I've got here with nails. But of course, that's all fine for 10 mm or 12 mm bar. But when you're getting up into like that 16 and all, it's not good enough. So we also made this today out of a piece of angle iron. These are all measured out and put exactly where they need to be for each different bend that they need to do to make these. So this is common in the Philippines as well. And this is a tool actually like this that normally a mason, a contractor, would have also, and he would bring these things with him to site. But we picked up that welder and just making our own tools as we go, and then those will be mine for future projects. It's funny, right? Security for Ilico 1, and I'm saying a lot of bad stuff about Ilico always. It's not really bad towards that one power company. It's towards all power companies. Melinda's gonna try to figure out the tool over here. Let's see how this goes. We're doing an IQ test right now.
Yeah, I figured it out. You know how to use this one? You know to bend, right?
Kinda. Of course, Let's see how this works.
To what? Like that?
So for instance, you would take this, and let's just work on this side here closer to me. You would put this right there like that.
Okay, okay, to
And then,
bend.
yeah.
Okay, now I know.
And then you pull it up to bend. Yeah.
Okay.
Then bend.
Now I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I know. You want me to bend?
No, that's their job. That's very hard to do. It's not as easy as it looks when you get into this large steel. Guess Uncle Joe said the heck with moving all those leaves and little limbs. They're covered in ants. That tree is just covered in ants, and it's eating them up. I can tell Arlie's not wanting that smoke. He's got his face covered. Like I said earlier, it's mid-afternoon, and the guys are all taking their afternoon break. And then they'll do their last push for the end of the day. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up and get in. It looks like it possibly could rain, and I might not get able to record later. But again, we've picked up more new subscribers every day, and we want to welcome you.
New subscriber. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
And thank you.
Yeah, so you'll get to know this crazy girl right here. You don't know the levels and insanity that you're gonna deal with right there. Like I'm not crazy, right? So anyway, we really appreciate you joining in. Follow up, go back and look at some of the earlier videos at the beginning of this journey of our journey of covering a vlog of coming and living here in the Philippines and living in Texas, both of our dual life. That's what it's all about, a dual life. Her adopting my Texas life, me adopting her Filipino life. Thus, that's why it's Texas Filipino. And all of our subscribers that's already been with us, I tell you all the time, and I won't stop. Thank you every day for continuing to support us and the comments and all. Keep those comments coming, those thumbs up coming. And if you hadn't subscribed already,
Yeah, keep comment.
please do so. There's a
Please
little
don't want to
icon.
reply yet.
There's a little icon in the bottom corner of your screen right down there. Just click that and get subscribed, and we'll enjoy you very much. Join the team. Thank you.
Thank you.